Hello again, friends, and you are our friends. My name is Mr. King here with this lesson today. I'm so excited to be teaching you about the Transcontinental Railroad. Now, I didn't tell you to put your papers up. I know you are excited. I know everybody excited. I know you are, Joffrey. I know you are, Isabella. But when it comes to this Transcontinental Railroad, there's one thing that we have to keep in mind. We have to know about how this advancement affected the 19th century. So, the one prior knowledge that we have to look over is that we have to know what our causes are and know what our effects are. Isabella, not Isabella, you're over there. Katie, the cause is the results of why it happens, and Jacob, the effect is what happens as of that. Now, I'm going to show you something. We're going to get this party kicked off. So, let's see, can you all tell me what this is?
Stagecoach.
That's right, everyone, a stagecoach. Now, this is what people you would usually ride in to transport stuff. Now, with the advancements of the 19th century, what do we get? What do we get nowadays? Any raise hands?
Cars.
Trains.
Buses. Sorry, technology is not really in my favor. Alright, this is a car, an SUV. Now, some of you actually rode an SUV class, but the point is that we have gone through a lot of effort into making these vehicles the way they are, from stagecoaches to railroads and into the cars that we've driven to here nowadays. So, what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about the Transcontinental Railroad. So, I'm going to need someone's paper, and I have made sure that everyone's supplies and materials are handed out, so it saves me the time. So I'm going to need a volunteer's paper. I'm going to have Robert's paper, and I'm going to use Mother's pencil. So here is the cause and effect. As I'm reading this story, we are going to be specifically looking for a few tasks that I want to pick up on that will be in the story. So, once I get to the cause and effect, I will make sure to write the cause of why it happened and the effect of what happened. Now, in order for me to do this, I have to be reading the story and gathering the context clues. So, I would like everyone to pick up their informational passage, and this is a partnered reading. Every one of you is partnered when it comes to this reading, okay? So if you have a partner with you sitting right next to you, you will be sharing it, okay? Now, what I want you to do is go on to paragraph 2, and it has the background subject on it, the topic. So, in paragraph 2, what we have to focus on is what is the idea of the Transcontinental Railroad? So, it wasn't long before some people started to get the idea of the Transcontinental Railroad. This was a railroad that went all the way from one side of the country to the other. So, as I'm reading this, I'm gathering context clues on what to write for the cause and effect. This means that I'm holding the information in my head and knowing on what transpired with this Transcontinental Railroad. Now, as I have gone over the answer, as I have read over the paragraph, I will write down the cause and I will write down the effect. Now, once we have completed the paragraph, I will stop and I will get everyone's attention on if they have the adequate answer for this paragraph, for this cause and effect. We are doing 3 cause and effects, and these cause and effect papers are going to be graded, okay? So let me hand these passages back out to these people. Let me see if you have a pencil ready. I don't know.
I do. Robert has his.
Okay. All right. So we all understand how this lesson works, right? We all understand, right?
Cause is why it happened, and effect is what happened.
That's right, Hope. That's right. Good answer. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. And I need you to be on your thinking brains for this, okay, class? Okay. Why did people want to build the Transcontinental Railroad? Explain your reasoning. Now, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to read over that passage. Don't use that cause and effect paper. This is something you have to think about. Go over that passage, that same paragraph, and tell me why did people want to build the Transcontinental Railroad, and explain your reasoning. Please read this over to your partner. I'll give you 30 seconds.
Doesn't make sense, though, right?
Great job, Isabella. I like how you're on task.
There was some worries that California used to see from Union.
Okay, Mabel, this is not the time to deal with that, okay?
Railroad could prevent this, and prevent what?
Prevent the, California from succeeding in the Union.
Okay, class, that is 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to be using the spinner to make sure that we have an adequate amount of people participating. Here goes the spinner.
Of course.
Hope. Okay, so Hope, I need you to tell me why did people want to build the Transcontinental Railroad? Explain your reasoning.
So they can get from one side of the country to the other.
That's it. That's amazing. That's an amazing response from Hope, everyone. I hope that information should be locked down in the vault. Okay. All right. So the next page I want us to go on is paragraph 6. Now, in order to get to paragraph 6, we are going to have to go to the page where it has the Chinese railroad workers, okay, working out in the snow, okay? The paragraph starts by the Central Pacific. Now, I'm going to read this paragraph. The Central Pacific had much slower progress. They had a hard time finding people willing to do difficult labor. Now, as I'm reading this paragraph, you all are locking down the information on the cause and effects of how did the Transcontinental Railroad progress the way it progressed. Now, I've modeled it for you guys specifically, and I appreciate your encouragement. Now, I would like for you to write on that graphic organizer and see the cause and effect for how did the Transcontinental Railroad progress, how it progressed. You guys are with your partners discussing and writing this. 1 minute starts now.
I don't understand
You wanna know why it happened? Okay.
Jacob, we need to specifically know how did the Transcontinental Railroad progress the way it progressed, and you have to write your answer on the cause and effects. Okay. Okay. I like how Joffrey is focused. And Isabella is working really hard, thinking really hard. I like that. Everyone's smooth sailing right now. Arnold. Oh, that's the timer, guys. Alright, so we are going to use our spinner again. Make sure that we have everyone participating here as equally as possible, and it looks like it's going to land on Robert. So, Robert, I would like for you to tell me what you have wrote down for the cause and effect.
I haven't written anything.
You haven't written anything?
No.
Oh, you're not getting a good grade then. Okay, let's go with someone else. Hope, what did you write down for your cause and
I wrote
effect?
down that they had a hard time finding labor. So what happened was they hired the Chinese.
That is correct, everyone. That is the correct cause and effect that we are looking for, okay? Now, Robert, I appreciate that you are here, but next time I would really like for you to be participating in this, okay? Alright, cool.
Sorry.
Now-
Sorry, Mr. King.
It's fine. So, my second question. Do you think the effects of the Transcontinental Railroad were mostly good or bad for the growth of the United States? I'd like for you to talk to your partners. And I'll give you 30 seconds.
It was good. Very good.
Good discussion there by Tracy and Mabel. I like that.
Tracy and me. Actually, the better was
Alright. Okay, that was 30 seconds. We are going to use our beloved spinner again to make sure that we have everyone participate. You guys are doing so good, and it looks like it's going to land on Hope. Now, Hope, I would like for you to explain to me, do you think the effects of the Transcontinental Railroad were mostly good or bad for the growth of the United States?
They were good for the growth of the United States because it connected the East Coast to the West Coast.
Absolutely, that is the correct answer. Now, I would like to make sure that we are all on the same page for this lesson. I'm going to give out index cards to make sure that we are knowing of this Transcontinental Railroad. So, what I'd like for you all to do is that I would like for you to write on the front the cause and the effect of how the Transcontinental Railroad was beneficial to the United States, okay? Just to make sure that everyone knows, everyone is on the same page as us. The front is, the front of the index, the cause of the benefits of the Transcontinental Railroad, and on the back is the effects of the benefits of the Transcontinental Railroad, okay? You write it down, and make sure you put your name on it. And afterwards, we don't have to share this, but I will collect it, okay? 5. Okay, guys, that is great assessment note taking. I will be collecting your index cards now. Don't fret if you haven't finished, because after all, this is just a really good lesson that we are doing here. Robert, I'm gonna need your index card.
I'm going to.
Okay. Sorry, class. I know we're having a good time, but we do have some people. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for your index cards. Thank you for your index cards, everyone. I'm gonna save this for later, for reteaching, of course. Now, the next step of the lesson that I would like to do is that I would like to have everyone go on to the source page, the primary source page. We are going to be looking at both paragraphs. So, as you know, on that source page is William Smith. Now, William Smith described his time during the Transcontinental Railroad ride. I want you to explain on that graphic organizer, by yourself, with your partner, of course, the cause and effect of how William Smith's positive Transcontinental Railroad transpired. I'm going to give all y'all 10 minutes to do this independent reading and filling out that graphic organizer, okay?
10 minutes?
Read it out loud.
Can I read it out loud?
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
I see.
Okay, that's it for, alright, so I love everyone's energy in the room. Thank you so much for doing this independent practice. Now, I'm going to be collecting your graphic organizers for grading and your passage for grading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now, I have another question. So, if the Transcontinental Railroad had not been built, predict how life and transportation in the 19th century might be different. And as a bonus, you can even talk about today's transportation. Okay? So, I'm going to give you all 30 seconds.
What was the question again?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Hope. And please pay more attention. If the Transcontinental Railroad had not been built predict how life and transportation in the 19th century or modern days might be different. Okay. Okay guys, that is splendid talking. I'm going to use that spinner to call on someone to make sure that we have adequate classroom participation, and we will have Robert. No, it is Robert. Okay, so Robert, so what do you think transportation might be different if this Transcontinental Railroad had not been built?
A lot slower.
A lot slower. That's exactly right, everyone. Everything would be a lot slower. Every good from here to there would be a lot slower. Now, in order for me to properly assess you all on this topic, you're going to be taking a short quiz. And this short quiz will be 10 minutes. Okay? I'm going to hand each of you your quiz. Make sure, and it has a bunch of various questions on what you have read. So right here, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do this quiz, to test the knowledge that you learn upon when it comes to this passage. Okay. Okay, good job taking the quiz, everyone. I'm so happy, I'm so pumped that we have gone through this lesson. I'll be taking each and every one of the quizzes right now, and it'll be great, and then it'll be looked over later to see if there will be any type of reteaching. Okay, guys, so that is the lesson for today. I'm so excited that we have gone through this lesson. Each and every one of you did fabulous today. Now, I do have to tell you that we did have some people that weren't performing their best, but I would like for you to encourage them and give them positive spirits for them to perform next time. And I'm here as well to encourage them as well. But as of right now, that is the lesson. Thank you all for coming. I hope you all have a great day.